Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of C for Me. Cast and crew information down below, and we'll start off here with the IMDb plot. When blind former skier Sophie cat sits in a secluded mansion, three thieves invade for the hidden safe. Sophie's only defense is Army veteran Kelly. Kelly helps Sophie defend herself against the invaders to survive. Oh, I'm gonna help her defend the castle here. Okay. So this one was I saw this one a while back, and I really wanted to do a written review on it, but just never got the chance to, and just got further and further away. Um, I've been wanting to do a review for quite a while. Um, sort of, sort of a new movie, but not quite, quite that fresh. It's on Shutter now, I believe, still, and I really found it interesting. It's not a horror movie. Probably more of a thriller, a little bit of action, a little bit of mystery. So not the typical horror movie here. Um, I'll try to keep it relatively spoiler free since it's still kind of new. Not totally new, but new enough. Um, but I really liked what was going on in this movie, and that's kind of why I wanted to make sure to get in a review for it. And basically, here you have, as it says, a blind girl here who you know used to someone who's seen before, and was a good skier, and then unfortunately now she can't see anymore. So she's not in the big time anymore skiing, and might be having a little hard time adjusting to her new life and so forth. And she apparently is taking odd jobs and so forth, like house sitting, in order to make a little money here and there. So she goes off to this mansion, and goes inside, and you're kind of thinking, okay, she's a young woman, she's blind, and that might make you want to feel a little bit sorry for her, think that she's going to be an extra nice person just because, maybe so. But I think early on you kind of get that glimpse that maybe there's something a little off. Maybe it is becoming blind, and she's kind of rubbed her raw on her shoulder, and now she hates the world because of it. You wouldn't blame her for it, but you kind of see that with her, and she kind of comes to the house, and she meets the woman whose house she's sitting for, and you kind of have that hint that she could have been nicer, but she's not really. She's just more like, the woman is trying to be accommodating, knowing that she's blind, but she's more like, hey, just I got this, just go on your way. And so eventually the lady leaves, and she's alone. And I think that then here's where a little bit of the interesting stuff happens, is that um, you're thinking, well, how is she going to cat sit here? She doesn't know that much. The woman has an alarm. How is she going to be able to kind of pull this off, being in a new house and unfamiliar with where everything is, and even where the hell the cat is. And so she calls a friend, and uses FaceTime basically to kind of scout out the house. The friend, she kind of holds out the phone, and the friend is telling her, hey, there's a door to the right, and then they open the door, see what the room is, and then, go a little bit more. Okay, here's some stairs. There's a wall to your left, and just kind of giving her the lay of everything is. And I guess, her senses are a little heightened, so, I guess, she easily picks up, okay, I can remember that, there's doorways here, there's wall here, there's stairs here. Um, I, as I guess the longer you're blind, the more you're familiar you get with that kind of thing. I think I would be hopeless. There's no way I would remember that really off the bat, and I'd be stumbling downstairs real fast. But anyway, she seems to pick it up, and then this kind of where you see that she is. It kind of confirms that she is a little bit up to no good as they open a room and there's a little bit of a cellar there, and she proceeds to want to steal one of these bottles of wine to, I guess, resell for a little bit extra cash on top of whatever she's getting paid uh, to cat sit. And obviously they've done this before, and her friend is really uncomfortable. He doesn't really want to do this anymore. He's like, look, if you take this bottle, I'm not going to help you out. I'm not going to tell you anything more about this house and so forth. And but she's like, no, who's going to believe that a blind girl stole a bottle of wine and so forth. And it's kind of true. Who would believe that? And she does, and she has a little argument with her friend there, so there's a disconnect there. So that's kind of enters the door for her to call Kelly, as mentioned in the plot earlier. And I guess Kelly works for a kind of service where you can call in, and I guess if you're blind or need help, and they can assist you. And Kelly kind of does the similar thing for her to kind of help her out. And the girl, what is it? Oh, Sophie, she kind of gets locked out of the house at one point, and then Kelly kind of gets her back in. So there's a little bit of help there, and a little bit of a bond, even though I guess Sophie is very good at not making friends and pissing people off. So um, while you seem like maybe it was a little bit of a bonding moment, maybe it wasn't. And you know, there's they don't end on the friendliest terms. She's not as thankful as you would think. But regardless, she's there, and she gets back in the house, and she's left in the house there, and so forth. And as mentioned, there are going to be some people coming in and looking for a safe that, hey, who knew there was a safe there? There's a nice little safe there. And just thinking about, I think one of the things I liked about the movie is kind of this whole, one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of mention it is it was just a little bit different. Like I said, it's not a horror movie, but, kind of have this thriller mystery going on here. But, you know, we had, what is it? God, I'm so bad at my brain here with remembering these movies. What is it? Don't Breathe, or The Blind Man in His House. And you kind of had this, and him at a character which you thought you were going to like at the beginning, but then don't really like. And here I think you get almost a similar thing where you have a character where you think you're going to like her, but you're not going to totally like her. And I think one of the things with her character is you're going to go back and forth through the entire movie. Do I like her? Do I not like her? For some people, she may just piss you off and you just might hate her the entire time. But I think at the end of the day, you want to like her, maybe because she's a woman, maybe because she's blind, whatever. You feel bad for her, the situation she's in. You feel bad for her because she's going to have some people break in the house and threaten her now. But I think at all times, still, there's plenty of reasons to not like her. So I think one of the things that I liked about the movie is that aspect of you're not always going to like her, but you might not always hate her. You're going to like her in some moments. You may root against her in some other moments. I also like the whole thing where, her using somebody else to see for her. When things go bad and the invaders come in, she's eventually going to get back and hold of Kelly, and Kelly's going to help her to a point of trying to get out of this. And I think that added an extra element, a little bit different element than maybe we've seen in some of the other movies. Just in a different way of kind of navigating the invader home, in the home kind of thing. So I liked that aspect of it too. I don't want to go too much more into what happens once these people are inside the house. and kind of spoil the ending, or the interaction between her and these invaders. Um, I don't think it goes quite as expected or as you might think, and I also liked that. I liked that they did that a little bit different, at least a different to start. Obviously, then I think it becomes kind of what you would expect, but it was different at least to start, and I definitely appreciated that. So there's lots of little things that I liked here. Again, not super horror and so forth, but this was a thriller, and I thought they did good. They did good in the story, and I liked her character, like I said, and then how they did that, and that love hate relationship you may have with her, and obviously, you know, giving her limits, but then being able to overcome some of them with help and without help. And I think there was enough action there towards the end when these people come in the house. There's some decent action there, and nothing over the top again. But I think there was enough there to kind of pick up the pace, because it's not a slow burn, but it kind of takes its time a little bit to kind of sprinkle in a little bit of the elements and lay the land as you're learning her and what she can and can't do, and a lot about her personality early on. There's not a whole lot going on there until these people come to the house, and then there's a little bit of a twist in there too, and you're going to see the reason why they're there and why they want the safe, and it kind of leaves you a little open-ended into what you really believe is the ultimate motive there, who the ultimate bad guy is there, and so forth. There's a little bit of a twist there in the story as well. So just a lot of little elements to kind of like there. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this one 3 pools of blood. I enjoyed it again. I said it, I think, twice now, for the third time. Not a horror movie. So if you're not really into the thriller type, mystery type, this might not be for you. But if you're looking for something maybe a little bit different, on the thriller front, I think this is worth seeing. I think it's still on Shudder, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I wanted to do this review before, and I actually wanted to write the review. But since it's been so long, I just thought I would just get it out here on video. So with that, 3 pools of blood, that is out of 5. And with that, horror reviews .blogspot.com. That's where you can find all of my reviews, written and video reviews. Tons of written reviews going way back. The video reviews are there as well. But if you're just interested in the video reviews, you can do the subscribe thing, do the like thing, and smash the buttons and everything else that everybody tells you to do. And Twitter, Facebook information down below. Reach out to me there. Talk horror, talk about this movie, something you want me to review, talk about that there as well. Comment section if you saw the movie, any thoughts you have on it, or if you want to reach out to me there and something to review or talk horror there as well, feel free to put your two cents in as well. So with that, I guess I'll catch you in the next review, horror fans.